and thanks for joining us here on Encore. Coming up, a tribute to the lyrical language of Merce Cunningham, springtime sounds from French band Hanami, and an oriental Christmas castle in the far west of France. We're starting off with one of the 20th century's most expressive avant-garde choreographers. Merce Cunningham would have celebrated his 100th birthday this year. Collaborating with artists from Andy Warhol to Radiohead, he deconstructed the very language of contemporary dance and left his mark on generations to come. For this centenary year, Cunningham's work is now in the spotlight here in France. Julia Kim and Laura Capel went to find out more.
Easing into morning rehearsal at the Paris Conservatory. Students are practicing extracts of Merce Cunningham's vast repertoire. To perform his work, dancers must understand Cunningham technique, a method of dancing that's as rigorous as ballet.
Often the back and chest go that way, but the pelvis faces forward. There are lots of movements like this that make your brain go, whoa.
Putting the dancers through their paces is Cheryl Terrien.
Yeah, so derrière devant avec the fouetté.
After dancing for 10 years with Merce Cunningham, today she's passing on her wealth of knowledge to the students at France's top dance academy.
Cunningham is just, it's not something you can really ever master. The point is to do everything to your max, and then when you feel like you've maybe gotten somewhere, you can always go a little further.
To celebrate his centenary, the school is preparing what Cunningham called an event, a showcase of extracts of his choreography. The man in charge is Cédric Andrieux. A former pupil of the conservatory, Andrieux also danced with Cunningham before circling back to become the director of his alma mater. For him, this event is also a chance to honor the school's ties to the American choreographer.
France was one of the first countries to really recognize Merce Cunningham as a major choreographer of our time. Cunningham had to be represented as one of the major techniques here in the conservatory.
Merce Cunningham revolutionized modern dance with the groundbreaking idea to separate movement from music. Initially considered too radical for the United States, the American found fame in France and other European countries in the 60s and 70s before gaining international acclaim. Over the span of 6 decades, Cunningham created nearly 200 works with his life partner, the musician John Cage. Right up to his death in 2009, he remained inspired by the unknown.
I want to keep trying to learn about things I don't know about.
It's showtime at the Grande Halle de la Villette in northeast Paris. The event starts with Cunningham's trademark, silence. 106 conservatory students perform what's being touted as one of the world's biggest Cunningham events. Movement and music exist side by side, independent of each other.
The different body postures give me the impression that there's quite a bit of deconstruction, especially of stereotypes about dance. In the end, you leave with so many images and, yes, a lot of emotion.
It now falls on the next generation of dancers to keep Cunningham's austere but powerful vision alive for the audiences of the future.
Now to a band whose name conjures up gentle springtime scenes, which is lucky because their music does too. Hanami refers to the Japanese tradition of enjoying the yearly cherry blossom, and musicians Joachim Müllner and Maxime Lunel chose that word to sum up their sound. Their new EP of Autumn echoes the seasonal theme, a record that blends chanson française and electronica, and it's charmed fans across the country. Renaud Lefort tells us more.
Hanami is a French band founded in 2017 by 2 friends, Maxime Lunel and Joachim Müllner. At this year's Cannes Film Festival, they made the most of the crowds by showcasing their new album to a select few. The album's name is D'automne, a tribute to Japan's cherry blossom.
The tradition of watching cherry trees blossom is one of taking time to return to what's essential in life, whether it's family, friends, that special person in your life. And given the times we live in, we thought it was important to offer all of that to humanity, to people, and to allow the public to appreciate things in a simpler, deeper manner, at a time when the world is going off its rails and completely collapsing.
Great job, guys. This is amazing. A kind of spirit between Air and Daft Punk.
Daft Punk may be. We have some powerful beats, a few songs that are up-tempo, drum and bass. And we also have trippy songs, the kind of airy pop music that Air produces.
Another element that makes the band stand out is the beauty of the music videos. They're produced by British artist Craig Murray, who directs them like short films. But Hanami is all about live shows as often as possible. Tonight, this Parisian crowd gets to discover an unusual universe, as well as Joachim Müllner's clear voice and high timbre.
Honestly, this is the type of music I'd like to listen to chilling at my place.
I usually only listen to rap, but this was more like chill electro music, perfect for a night out.
Hanami's tunes are a blend of melancholy and dance music, a sweet way out from the world's madness.
We're headed to the French countryside now, to the Breton castle of Trevorez. Every Christmas, its chatelaines put on a festive show, and this year its opulent decorations have transformed the domain into an oriental palace. These intricate installations were created by artistic duo Albert and Kiki Lemont. Our reporters Noémie Roche, Florence Gaillard and Catherine Kidia-Clifford went to the Finistère region to bring us this report.
It may not look like it, but we're in Brittany, in northern France, where the Château de Trevorez has been given a makeover right out of the 1001 Nights by artists Albert and Kiki Lemont.
We've gone to India because that's really what inspires us. It's an Indian fantasy through Kipling's eyes. The India of the Maharajas, of elephants, tigers, princes and princesses. We've created a whole world inside this castle, which is already a world in itself. We've recreated an Indian palace. It tells a story that contains many other stories within it.
It's the story of a pasha and of his wife, the pashat.
The pasha's very shy. We hardly see him. He isn't there, and because he's away, the mice play. But there are lots of other pashas dancing around them who come to see the pashat. But the pashat only wants her pasha. So where's the pasha? We need to look for him. He's hidden. He's up high. We don't really know where he is.
In the grounds and around their winding paths, the visitor is invited to inspect the castle's every last nook and cranny.
The place lends itself, in its shape and in its history, to sparking the imagination and suggesting new weird and wonderful stories, and then drawing on reality to take us elsewhere.
The result, a stroll through a magical, mysterious and bizarre world into a Bollywood atmosphere where each sense is awakened.
It's funny.
Frankly, it's quite spectacular. We're swept away into a world which comes from all these fairy tales we love to read at this time of year. It's really great.
Mr. Pasha, yes. You have to find him. It makes for fantastic family time.
A festive game of hide and seek, which is proving a success. Each year, the site beats Christmas attraction records with the hearty crowds it draws in.
Well, we're wrapping up the show with a nocturnal walk on the wild side at the Tuileries Zoo Safari. For the second year running, the grounds of the castle have been filled with more than 600 giant, luminous sculptures, which take visitors on what they call an evolution odyssey. We'll leave you with a glimpse of the kaleidoscopic Wildlight Festival, which is running at the moment and throughout the winter. Do remember to check out our website, and you can get more arts and culture on our social media channels too. There's more news coming up on France 24 just after this.